sharing with you guys how I got my period back after 7 years. And I'm gonna be taking you guys through the importance of your period, the effects it has on your body, the triggers of what can cause you to lose your period, as well as the types of hormone testing that I did and what I feel is the best ones in order to figure out what is going on in your body. And then I'm gonna be taking you guys through, and I know this is what everyone wants, my full protocol that I did to actually get my period back, my supplements, the whole science behind everything I took, and 5 diet and lifestyle changes I made, again, to balance my hormones. So I got a complete guide for you. So go grab your pen, go grab your paper, your iPad, whatever it is. We're gonna dive right into it. And before I do get started though, I do wanna throw a little disclaimer out there. I'm not a doctor, I'm a holistic nutritionist. I am sharing my experience with you, and that's it. So I'm excited, and I really, really hope that this helps someone today. A little background on me before we get started. If you guys have not seen my part 1, I did a part 1 of this that I will link below for you guys, and I took you through everything that happened from my childhood to now, I'm 29, of how I went postmenopausal in my 20s, what happened with my life. So go watch that part 1 first. Again, I will put it in the link below for you guys, then come back to this video. Before we go into the protocol, I wanna first start off by talking about the importance of having your period, okay guys? This is key. I know it's so nice for all my girls out there to, not be ovulating, you don't gotta buy tampons, you don't get those weird cravings, but when your hormones aren't functioning, if you're not having your period, that is a sign that something's going on in the body. Having your period is a sign of fertility. Your hormones are responsible for so many different functions in the body, from your metabolism, from your sexual function, your blood pressure, guys, your growth, having good sleep-wake cycles, digestion. And when you're not having your period, all of these different things could be happening in your body. So if you think you're not having it and you're happy, just know that there is a reason for having a period, and I was there too. I didn't want to get it back. I was like, whatever, but it's very important. So there are 2 types of amenorrhea. So the first type of amenorrhea is never having your period. This is your primary type. The secondary type is not having your period for minimum 3 months plus 6 months. That is the type that I had. I didn't have it for over 7 years. Most of the time, when it comes to you had your period, but then you lost it, again, not a doctor, this is just going off of it, half of it, you are basically still having the hormones, you're still ovulating. So your body is still ovulating, but your estrogen, your progesterone, your FSH, your LH, all of those could be extremely low in that case, and that could be causing you not to have your, to bleed and have that cycle. So that could be the case. When it comes down to it, guys, when you're trying to get your period back, you do want to figure out what the underlying cause. The types of testing that I personally did to figure that out was the Dutch test. I believe that this is one of the top tests out there. The Dutch test, it tests everything. It tests your cortisol levels, testosterone levels, estrogen, progesterone, tells you if you're ovulating, all of that. And when you're able to truly see what is going on in your body, that is going to allow you to make the right changes to get your hormones back on track, to get you feeling your best. So it's one thing to guess and try to figure out what's going on, but another thing, guys, is, you know what, do the test, figure out what's going on in your body. Again, the Dutch test is the one that I would highly recommend. And for me, that showed that my body was ovulating, but my estrogen and progesterone levels were very, very low. I was actually in, and this is hard for me to say, guys, I was in the postmenopausal in my 20s because of everything I'm gonna talk about in a second before I go into the protocol I did. But the Dutch test showed that my cortisol, again, always elevated. It showed that all of my hormones, like my LH, my FSH, my estrogen, progesterone, crazy, crazy low, postmenopausal. Testosterone levels were on the lower side, but normal. and they wanted to put me on birth control. So a lot of the times when you go to a doctor and you tell them you're not having a period, they mention things like birth control. They mention things like hormone replacement therapy. They mention, if you have stress, talking to someone because you could have, disordered eating patterns and all of that. But I believe that they really don't look at the underlying issue, which for a lot of people comes through these 5 triggers that I'm going to be addressing in a second. And a large one, especially for me, was stress. And I believe that you can make, you could take every pill in the world, but if you don't change your lifestyle and change basically your diet and your training and where you are in your life, if you don't make all of those changes and figure out too with the testing what is underlying going on, that's a missing factor. So now that we've gone through the importance of having your period, the effects it has on the hormones in the body, the types of testing that I personally recommend, the Dutch test, like I said, to figure out what the underlying cause is, I want to go through 5 key triggers that I feel like need to be addressed when it comes to balancing your hormones, and these things directly impacted me not having my period for over 7 years. And when I made these changes, I was able to get my period back within 2 months of my natural remedies that I'm going to go through all at the end. I know that's what you guys are waiting for, but let's dive into it. 5 triggers that I believe were a big root cause of throwing off my hormones and causing me to lose my period, as well as just having amenorrhea in general. The first trigger that I believe led to my amenorrhea is going to be fat restriction. We live in a world where we are told fat is bad for us. A lot of the time, so for me, like I said, when you have amenorrhea, a lot of the times you're stuck in that more eating disorder mindset. We're going towards over-exercising, and when we have that mindset, we typically fall toward lower fat diets, lower calorie diets, but our body needs fat for our hormone production. 50% of your brain is DHA, so memory, cognition, mental health, having stress and anxiety, it's not just linked to your gut, it's linked to your gut, it's linked to your brain, and your body even needs healthy fats to absorb your fat-soluble vitamins like your A, your D, your E, your K, and again, all of these run different hormones in your body. So my first trigger would be going on low-fat, restrictive diet. That's going to block getting all of your fat-soluble vitamins in that you need for your hormones. You need that again for just insulating your nerve sheets, for your mental health, as well as just overall high omega-3 diet is very anti-inflammatory and good for your body. So first trigger is going to be falling very low on fats. And what I do, guys, is I never say bring your fats under 20% of your calories from diet. That is way too low. I've seen clients come to me on 20 grams of fat a day, and it is very unhealthy. I focus on high quality fats, a lot of wild caught fish. I do a lot of omega-3s like hemp seeds. I'll put my full smoothie that I do every morning, and I throw tons of healthy fats like hemp seeds in there, chia seeds, flax seeds. I do my fish oil, but get your healthy fats in. The second thing that I believe is a big trigger when it comes to throwing off your hormones and causing amenorrhea is going to be chronic undereating. And I know we don't want to hear this, but when your body is in a state of stress, mentally, physically, then you're doing tons of cardio, then you're doing tons of, you're restricting your food, then you're stressed, your sleep. All of these are different forms of stress on your body. If you are not giving your body enough to run, to recover, again, your body is going to be in a state of chronic stress, fight or flight response. Your body is not going to be going towards hormones, gut health, different functions, different cellular functions in the body, and even getting that period back. It is going to be fight, flight response, and just in shock. You're going to feel like you're retaining water. I had no energy. It threw off my sleep. It threw off my digestion. I felt like bloated all the time. Chronic undereating is not good. Focusing on more with my diet, I focus more on a whole food diet, getting a variety of fruits and vegetables. I made sure that I was getting in high quality protein. Your body needs protein for rebuilding your muscle, for your hormones, again, the healthy fats. And if you guys want to know more about what I do with my diet, I have a full playlist on what I eat in a day, as well as I have tons of videos on my favorite types of protein sources I consume, the different effects they have on their body as well. So go check out those playlists if you want to know more about what I eat now in order to have healthy hormones and get my metabolism and everything back on track after just years and years of chronic dieting, binge eating, low calorie diets, all of it. The third trigger that I found was a big trigger for my amenorrhea and just hormone imbalances in general is going to be overtraining under recovering. I used to be a cardio queen, and I work with a lot of clients that come to me, especially older women, that are doing tons of HIIT cardio all the time, and not prioritizing the strength training. HIIT cardio, guys, should not be done more than like 2 times a week. It's HIIT. It puts your body in a state of stress. It is hardcore. It does have a good effect on the body in terms of cardiovascular health, fat burning, but you can do too much. When I would say, just trying to get my hormones back, I was actually doing competitive marathon running around 80 to 90 miles a week, and it was burning me out. And I ended up finishing my marathon completely burnt out. But when I started training differently, I started incorporating, this is when I started my bodybuilding. So I started doing bodybuilding strength training to put on the lean muscle mass, but giving myself adequate recovery between my sets, a good, 2 minutes, not doing these crazy 30-second rest periods of 30 reps, just like toning muscle. I focused more on pure strength, giving my body plenty of time to recover, and putting on the lean muscle mass. That, again, boosts my metabolism. It boosts your insulin levels. It's less cortisol producing on the body. So look at your training. If you're doing HIIT training every day, that actually affected me to where my body started retaining more water, feeling worse with my digestive system, making me feel even more tired. I know we want to get results when it comes to our training, but I have learned that less is more. Prioritizing the strength training, finding the balance with my strength, my cardio, and then I focus more on steps to move my body, to get the insulin response, and to just keep my body moving. The fourth trigger that I believe led to a lot of hormone imbalances and the amenorrhea for me is going to be being the yes person. And I just feel like I used to be the type of person that would emotionally burn myself out. I would say yes to everyone. I would put everybody else first. And doing that really burnt me out. And I know it sounds a little selfish, but I tell a lot of my clients now, when was the last time you did something for you or you said no to something to prioritize your health? It is not bad to say no. If you have gone the whole weekend and you're tired, focus on doing something for you. Go take a DIY spa night for you. Take the night and just relax and focus on allowing you to get to your best self. Instead of saying yes, doing something that's gonna burn you out even more. So I would say tip number 4, I know it's a little different, but if you're the type of person that is always yes and emotionally burning yourself out, take this time, take this year. Gosh, put you first. Put you first. Make one day a week where you do something for you and start asking yourself before you say yes to something, you know what, do I really want to do this? What do I really need? And where should my priorities be on right now? Because if you feel your best self, you'll be thriving mentally, emotionally, and be able to be there for everyone else. And if your friends, your family, if they don't want to be on that journey with you and they don't understand that, then the right people are going to come into your life. Not family, but if your friends don't understand that, then the right friends will come into your life, and those ones are going to be your true friends and support you there. I have learned that. I've learned that to the extreme. My fifth trigger, and I think this is like one of the biggest ones when it comes to losing my period and just hormone imbalances, is going to be chronic anxiety, but also chronic stress, and the fact that these actually could affect your circadian rhythm, your sleep rest cycle, and then all of that throws off your body. So you could be doing, and I've done this, you could be taking any healthy supplement in the world, and if you're not focusing on your mental health as well as getting a good amount of sleep, being able to have your full circadian rhythm, get the sleep-wake cycle, get your stress down and all of that in your vagus nerve, you're not going to get back to homeostasis. It's not a pill is going to fix you. It is all of these lifestyle changes, getting your stress down, anxiety down, proper nutrition, adequate training so that you're not overdoing it. And it's the mix of all of things together. I know we don't want to hear it, but it is true. And yeah, so I believe that those were just 5 main things that were big triggers for me in terms of losing my period and not having it for those 7 years. So, and again, everybody's body is different. Everybody's hormones are different, which is why I say do a Dutch test, figure out what your underlying issue is, but also looking at these triggers, because these could be something that could highly be affecting you and something you may not have just looked at. The first supplement I want to talk to you guys about is going to be my Adrenal Restore. So your adrenal glands are responsible for over 50 different hormones in the body, guys. Hypothalamus affects your pituitary gland, which stimulates your ovaries to produce the estrogen and the progesterone. Some of the key hormones that are affected from our adrenal glands are going to be like estrogen, progesterone, your cortisol levels, adrenaline. Those are just a few to name. But when our body is in a chronic state of stress, and we all are nowadays with this crazy world of chaos, but stress isn't just mental, it's also physical. So the fasting, doing too much fasting, overtraining, not getting enough sleep, under recovering, following a diet very high in refined carbohydrates, low in nutrition, gut dysbiosis, all of that, those are going to increase your cortisol levels, which over time, if you're not replenishing your body, could lead to just, let's just say it, fatigue, headaches, you just feel burnt out. And I used to have a hard time sleeping. I was always in a chronic state of stress. My adrenals were through the roof. That made me retain a lot of water in my stomach. I felt like I was always just retaining water. I woke up, I never felt rested, and I just felt like, so my first supplement, I would say that I just can't live without for balancing my hormones is going to be specifically this one, and I will link free shipping on everything below for you guys. But this is the Adrenal Restore, and I tried so many different blends, but this one specifically, I'm going to take you guys through everything that's in it and why. So this, like I said, when you're in a state of stress, your B vitamins get depleted, also vitamin C, because your immune system and your gut. So this has your B6 in it. This is going to have your vitamin C in it, but it's the blend of herbs specifically. So this has your ashwagandha, which is an adaptogen in the body to help lower your stress response. It has rhodiola, schizandra in here. There's also, I'm going to try it, put it here, but chamomile. And chamomile kind of helps bring your body just relaxed. If you're the type of person that just is always go, 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 you feel like you can't stop your mind, you have that chronic state of anxiety, having the blend, especially with the chamomile in here, the vitamin C, the ashwagandha, just helps lower your cortisol levels. It boosts your energy throughout the day, and it helps kind of balance out and take the stress. And when you take the stress off of your adrenal glands, you can allow that little adrenal gland to kind of just get its power back. And that, again, is going to help with fatigue, cortisol levels, and all of these affect our hormones. So first supplement that helps me get my hormones back on track is going to be my Adrenal Restore. The second part of my protocol that I did is going to be, I added something in to help balance out my hormones. And this is what I did, the Harmony. Again, I will put everything below for you guys, free shipping if you want to try it. But the whole point is when your hormones are out of balance, this affects your sleep, your fertility, this affects your skin and complexity, guys. Your energy, your hormones. So number one, we wanted to work on the stress with the adrenal support, but I wanted to add in different herbs to help balance out my hormones. I tried just maca, just ashwagandha, just Vitex, and on individual levels, I really didn't see results. It wasn't until I found this blend that I'm gonna go through now that I was able to get my period back in like 2 months with making all my lifestyle changes. And let's dive into what the blend is. So, as I talked about, a few really good herbs to help balance out your hormones are things like Vitex. Vitex actually helps increase your progesterone as well as lower your estrogen. So this is great if you have estrogen dominance, which is a lot of the cases for people. Maca is another one, and that basically helps stimulate your endocrine system to balance out your hormones. There's also one, I can never pronounce this, so I'm just gonna pop it here for you guys, but this specifically, as well as ashwagandha and dim, help lower your cortisol levels, our stress response, as well as help with your mood, energy, cravings, and all of that. So I do this blend, it is called Harmony, and it has all of that in there. It has your calcium, the Vitex, your maca, it has ashwagandha in there, and this blend in general, I felt a difference so fast. This specific one too, so if you lost your period, it is great for helping balance those hormones to kind of get it back. But this is also great if you do have your period and have, painful periods or a lot of cramping. This helps just regulate your hormones, and it's great even for people going into menopause, and it helps with those hot flashes as well. So this, to me, is an overall incredible supplement that I have my clients on that have these hormone issues, and they see a huge result. So Harmony, and it's specifically the blend of the Vitex, the maca, the Serene Aid, and the ashwagandha that really help bring those hormones back to homeostasis. The third supplement and part of my protocol that helped me get my period back and balance my hormones is going to be magnesium. And I'm going to go into the specifics of this one in a second, but let's talk magnesium. So over 50% of people are actually deficient in magnesium, and magnesium also is one that could be depleted due to stress. Magnesium helps calm your nervous system, especially magnesium glycinate, okay? So I added in a magnesium. I do this before bed. I do 1 to 2 scoops a day. Magnesium, especially the bioglycinate form in here. This is a complete blend, having all of it in here. But the glycinate form helps to calm your nervous system. If we're in the chronic state of stress, anxiety, that is going to affect our body's hormones. This helps me get the best sleep of my life. I do 1 scoop of this. I love doing the peach ring, and I'll do it in some like ginger. So I'll make like a ginger tea, throw a scoop of my magnesium in there. The form in here helps, again, relax my nervous system. I end up being able to slow my mind down, fall asleep, stay asleep. All of the circadian rhythm, your gut microbiome, everything's able to reset when you sleep, so that now you're waking feeling rested, your body's had adequate recovery, and you were able to kind of just come to the peace and get your cortisol levels down so your hormones back on track. I also make sure to incorporate foods rich in magnesium in my diet, like raw chocolate, nuts and seeds, quinoa, also some leafy greens. But I have found that, again, supplementing, this has 420 milligrams in it, before bed, with especially the blend with the glycinate in here, helps helps calm your nervous system, helps me fall asleep, stay asleep, and it has a huge impact on my anxiety too. If I have one of those days where I had more anxiety, I would just throw this into my water throughout the day or a smoothie, and again, it would have that calming effect. My fourth supplement that has made a huge impact on helping me balance my hormones and get my period back is going to be the Master Brain AM PM. And I actually just ran out of this, so I'm waiting on it from the mail, but I want to explain why. So basically, what is this? So Master Brain AM and PM, they're two different stacks. When you have a lack of sleep can lead to hormone imbalances. Lack of sleep affects your leptin and ghrelin, which are your hunger and satiety hormones. It affects your thyroid levels, it increases our cortisol, and it actually too affects our estrogen and progesterone. So these two blends specifically, I used to be on antidepressants. My brain has a hard time with serotonin. I had a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress, and again, I don't take antidepressants anymore, but I used to be. And this one really impacted that for me and getting off of them as well as balancing my hormones out. So the AM basically is a blend. They're blends of two different things. They have a brain boosting blend and an energy blend for the first one. And then the second, the PM, is a sleep blend with a brain boosting blend. So the morning one actually is a blend of ginseng, L-theanine, you're gonna get rhodiola, your B6 and B12, which are two B vitamins that get depleted due to stress, and you need those, with magnesium to help balance those hormones. As well as there's mushrooms in there like cordyceps mushrooms that act as an adaptogen in the body, bringing you more energy, and choline to support the brain. So that brain boosting in the morning, it gave me energy, it helps support your memory, cognition, focus, anxiety, stress, as well as calms your brain down, but gives you that boost of energy, especially if you're feeling low energy due to cortisol and not getting enough sleep. And then the PM part of it is basically a blend of ashwagandha, which is an herb that acts as an adaptogen to get to lower your cortisol levels. It has valerian in there, there's a little bit of melatonin, GABA, and even the PS in there to help with the brain. So the nighttime one is gonna help you fall asleep, stay asleep, you're gonna wake up feeling rested, and these two have just really, really impacted my mental health. I don't have that chronic anxiety anymore. I'm able to fall asleep, get my complete rest, and when I wake up, I don't even need an alarm clock anymore. I feel go, I feel ready, I feel recovered, and when you're getting that proper sleep, literally, that affects your gut. Like I said, the circadian cycle. If you guys are looking for a really good book, I will show you one of my favorites, all on sleep, and it is called The Circadian Code, and it talks about how different sleep cycles, the effect of them have on your body, your gut, the gut linked to the brain, and how all of that too is functioning with your hormones, losing weight and balancing your hormones. So my fourth supplement is going to be the Master Brain Stack. I will put it all below for you guys. Again, link, free shipping, and I do both the AM and PM for energy and brain boosting, for sleep and brain boosting. The fifth and final supplement that I use to help me regulate my hormones and get my period back is going to be this packet here. And if you guys have seen my gut protocol, you know how obsessed I am. I say this is better than a multivitamin, and this is why. So when you don't have your period, if you're looking at your diet, for me, I had a very restrictive diet. If your diet is very restrictive, you're gonna become depleted in a lot of vitamins and minerals. If you're not going outside, getting your vitamin D. So many people are deficient in vitamin D. If you don't have your gallbladder and you're not absorbing your fat-soluble vitamins and not having the bile for it, all of that, deficiencies of these vitamins. So this is actually a multivitamin, multi-mineral. It has CoQ10 in here. There's antioxidants in here. There's probiotics in here to feed the good bacteria in the gut. And as you guys know, gut-brain connection. It's gonna have zinc in here. Zinc is an antioxidant in the body, and it is huge for helping with your hypothalamus pituitary axis, which is going to help again with stress, hormones, gut, brain. So I love they're in the packet. I do this every single day, and it just has it all in there. It has your essential fatty acids, so it has all of your omega-3s, just like we talked about, all the healthy fats for our brain, 50% DHA, has the probiotics, antioxidants, CoQ10, and then all of your vitamins and minerals that you may not be getting in through your diet. And this just really helped me fill the gaps in my diet and increase my energy and get me to start absorbing and assimilating my nutrients. I wanted to wrap up with saying that this wasn't meant to be, you know what, here's a one-step-all approach for everyone. I wanted to basically talk to you guys about just different triggers that cause a lot of people and myself to lose your period, and why it is so important for not just having a period. It's important for every vital function in your body. And if you don't work on things like your stress, your sleep, doing different things like this to balance out your hormones, to fill in those missing links, look at your diet, look at your stress, take it into control of your health and stop looking at, how can I reach my goals fast, going to these extremes, and start looking at, how can I optimize my health for gut health, hormone health, anti-aging. All of these things aren't just for getting your period back. These are for gut health. These are good if you're going post-menopausal, if you're perimenopause, if just in general for hormone balancing. Focus on your body. And if you guys ever have any questions, I want you guys to shoot the questions below. I answer everything, as well as if you guys do decide to order any of these, I will put all the direct links below for you. If you order through the link, you get free shipping. And I decided that I wanted to start doing a giveaway for you guys because you guys are I want to support you guys and I want to help you guys, and I know prices have gone up for everything. So if you guys ever do order, you can put your email in the giveaway below, and I give away a $100 gift card every single month just to try to help people out. So I hope you guys found this helpful. If you ever need help with anything, feel free to reach out. I work with clients one-on-one all around the world, and if you would like to book a consult call with me, I will put all my details in the description below. So I hope you guys have an incredible day. I will see you on Monday for our weekly live at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Bring all of your questions, and me and Tank can't wait to see you there.